Hello, everybody. Welcome to Top FC TV. We have a new match reaction, and of course, we got to talk about Tottenham and Newcastle battering Newcastle United. It was a really bad performance for the Magpies today. Let me take a look at the stats, man. To be honest with you, my bare thoughts are just we were just a depleted team, not depleted by injuries. I'm not going to use that as an excuse to cover this match. Basically, um, to me, this was just a bad performance. I mean, Trippier was bad. Our whole defensive line was really, really bad. Char, Lascelles, Livermento, Dubravka, no questions asked there. So I'm not going to blame him. I know a lot of people on Twitter want to blame Dubravka for anything that goes wrong in the Northeast area, not just Newcastle. He had nothing to do with anything. At the end of the day, this was a must-win for both teams, Spurs and Newcastle United. And unfortunately, Tottenham took it serious. Tottenham took this game, thought about it, and they just came out and did a tremendous job. One adjustment that Ange Postecoglou made that really, to me, won this match and sealed it completely was in the beginning of the second half, starting off the second half, meaning there was an adjustment in the locker room, in my belief, the Ange Postecoglou did, and it was that we're not going to just be going forward recklessly and crazy, die by the sword type of style. We're going to be smart. We're going to be, because in the second half, you can expect Newcastle to come on, and certainly so. We were trying to get the ball. And in the beginning of the second half, you saw Newcastle actually attacking, not attacking this match, but still passing the ball, controlling it. And at the end of the day, they held on. They got the spaces, and that's when the third goal for Tottenham came on, open space, and definitely they were able to seal this one off. At the end, there was a penalty, and ultimately, uh, it was well executed by Son. And Son, I will say, he was the man of the match, of course, captain of this Spurs team, and Heung-min Son, to me, without him, Spurs wouldn't have won 4-1. No questions asked. He was a tremendous asset for this team. Of course, he is a Spurs player. But what I will say, though, that even though Richarlison scored 2 goals, wonderful, I don't think this is the normal for Richarlison. Therefore, I don't think Spurs fans can count on him to do this over and over again or week after week. This is the first time he scored 2 goals with his feet in Tottenham's history. I mean, in his history with Tottenham. So really, I don't think he can do this over again. I think they're still going to need a new striker, and but Human Son, man, just tremendous and magnificent, to be fair, and he was just tremendous. Great job. And other than that, Udogi played well, of course. Everybody for Spurs played really well, really high scores. And for in contrast, like Newcastle players, Joe Linton, Bruno Guimaraes was acceptable, but Lewis Miley wasn't there. He's a young cat, bad performance. Alexander Isak, bad performance. Callum Wilson came on in the second half. He looked better than Isak. But at the end of the day, you can't question Callum Wilson not playing because Isak is the starter. And, you know, maybe it took a little bit too long. Maybe Alexander Isak, he wasn't playing at all game, well at all. Therefore, they're able to. He could have been replaced in the second half. Eddie Howe is not a manager to do that, to make changes in the locker room. Therefore, I wasn't expecting it. Anthony Gordon, not a good match. Bad match by Miguel Almiron. They got him on 7.3 points. 7.3 points. Yeah, here is a score, but definitely not a good one. Not a good one at all. Um, and yeah, I mean, just the majority. I saw a lot of Joe Linton, but it was clueless as well. I think this was just a great outing for Tottenham. I think this is their level. Spurs and Newcastle. This is where they're going to be at, fighting for the fourth, fifth, sixth spot. And ultimately, they took it serious. One thing I will say about Newcastle is they struggle with the fact of coming into a match, and they struggling knowing that they have to win, that this is a must win. Because when that happens, they don't perform well and they lose the match for the most part. It happened with Bournemouth away. It happened with Everton away. It happens with Spurs away. So it's unfortunate. If you're a Newcastle fan, if you're a Spurs fan, this was a really good outing. So shout out and big up to them for this great performance. Again, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Please smash the like button. Let's get to as many likes as we can. If you're a Tottenham fan, if you're a Newcastle fan, I appreciate you being on and watching. Other than that, if you are a Newcastle fan, there's our second channel the American Magpie on YouTube. We're going to be doing the post-match reaction tomorrow. I'm going to upload a match day vlog, and that's going to be great. But as far as everybody else, Premier League content right here on Top FCTV. For now, my name is Chris, of course. Not for now, always. But for now, this is it for this one. We will see you on the next one. Peace.